Hey, what is up guys? It's 9 back again with a brand new Valorant video, and today we're gonna be going over some awesome Sova tips and tricks that you can use in the rank ladder to dominate your enemies and get some sweet RR gains. Alright, let's get right into the video. So the first trick is a really cool mechanic you can apply when using your Sova ultimate. If you press and hold your spacebar in between each pulse of your Sova ultimate, you'll actually see your character model start to move up as you gain some height. Now this is really useful when playing on maps with different levels of elevation. If enemies are at a higher elevation than you, that means your Sova ultimate will be hitting them at an angle, and typically Sova ultimates coming at an angle are more easier to dodge and run away from. So with this tip you can actually bring your character up a bit to gain some elevation and more accurately line up your Sova ultimate. This will make it very hard for your enemies to run away from and dodge. I use this technique all the time on maps like Split, Icebox, and even Ascent. Now like I previously said, this is super easy. All you have to do is press and hold your spacebar in between each pulse of your Sova ultimate and you'll be able to gain that height for each shot of your Sova ultimate, and it's super useful in these situations and definitely something that you want to be using more of. Now this next trick is something you definitely want to be making a habit of, and that is using one of your shock darts to break enemy utility before your team executes onto a bomb site. Now this technique is going to be really strong against sentinels like Cypher, Killjoy, and Chamber. So all you have to do is create a simple lineup that will destroy the enemy's utility at their most commonly placed spots. One I really like to use on the map Ascent is this lineup from B main that will destroy the most commonly placed Killjoy grenades and alarm bots. Now this spot in alley is where most Killjoys will place their nades when an enemy team is pushing onto them. Now by using this shock dart lineup from B main, I can destroy any nades or alarm bots that are placed in alley, thus making it really easy for my teammates to enter into the B bomb site without having to worry about taking damage from those pieces of utility. Now there are a ton of these spots on all the different maps, and you're gonna have to go through each map and try to learn some of these, but honestly it's not that difficult because most sentinels in rank just dump all their utility at the entry or choke point to every bomb site. So if you're going into a bomb site, it's definitely a good idea to maybe every now and then use a shock dart on the main entranceway, and I guarantee you're gonna break more utility than you thought you would. Now depending who you're up against and what map you're playing, the utility might not actually be at the entryway to the bomb site. A common tactic for a lot of Killjoy players is to put their grenades on the default plant spot to deny the attackers from planting the bomb. So once again, you can use your shock dart to break these grenades that are on the default spot before your team goes in and plants the bomb. It will make it a lot easier for you to plant the bomb down, of course, because you won't be taking the damage from the nades and you'll be a lot safer. Now going up against Cypher players in particular, I actually like to use my drone instead of my shock darts. That's because with my drone, I can drone in low and find the most commonly placed tripwires and break them with my drone. Now you can break tripwires with your shock darts, but depending on the height and angle, you might miss them. So by using the drone, I completely negate this and I always can find the most common trips and even tag the Cypher if they aren't fast enough to shoot my drone.
What's up, dudes? I just want to give a quick reminder. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, smash that shit right now. I appreciate all the support. You guys are the best.
Alright, and tip number 3 is to absolutely abuse wall bangs whenever you can. Now, this might sound pretty common. A lot of people know that Sovas love to play with Odins and Ares, and they love to spam B main on Ascent. We've all been victims of it. But a lot of people have the wrong idea and think that you can only go for wall bang plays when you have one of these high penetration guns. Now, depending on the wall, yes, you will need a high penetration weapon, but the majority of the walls in Valorant actually don't need high penetration, and just medium penetration from a Vandal or Phantom works perfectly fine. So by using a well-placed recon dart and Sova drone tag, you can actually go for a lot more wallbang plays than you think possible. Just look at this clip from pro player Trent. He actually uses some perfect Sova utilities along with great wallbang angles to secure and clutch up this round for his team.
Death does him part, and now the shock darts. BCJ trying to play Legolas, and Trent stays alive. Now look at the HP. It's a 1v2 and it's doable. He spots out one wallbang. Where is it? It's a possibility. Trying to line it up. Trent, he finds it, and now it's a 1 versus 1. unaware of the position of the other. Last known in close, a single bullet, a reveal, a wallbang! It is Trent!
In that clip, we see Trent use his perfect map awareness along with greatly placed Sova utility to secure the round for his team. This level of map awareness, foresight, and creativity is what allows you to play Sova to the absolute highest level. Learning how to use these and abuse Wallbang Spots more than the average player will definitely net you more kills than you think possible and will definitely up your game as a Sova player. Now, another simple tip is that you want to be using your mini-map to line up your Sova ultimate whenever you can. Now, this is extremely effective when you're trying to counter a Killjoy ultimate. You can just open up your map, you can ping the exact spot of the ultimate, and that way you will never miss your Sova ult on a enemy Killjoy ultimate. Now, this isn't only for Killjoy ultimates. You can use this to line up on players who are playing at a higher elevation that you might not be sure of. You can use this to line up on different parts of the map that you don't have the best angle on, and definitely it's just something that will make your Sova ults a lot more consistent. Now, the next trick is for when you're using Sova darts around corners. You want to be charging up your dart to max strength before you peek the corner. That way, you can quickly release the dart, then get back behind cover, giving your body the least amount of time exposed to the enemies and the least amount of chances for them to kill you. I've seen way too many Sova players die while peeking a corner with their bow out to shoot a recon dart and then just get headshot by the enemy. So it's a good idea to charge your dart to max strength before you peek the angle and release the dart. Now combine this with a jump peek and you will make yourself a lot more difficult to hit if you are the enemy players. So this is definitely a good habit you want to build up when you're trying to use full strength darts around corners. I see way too many Sova players dying because they peek out, expose their body with their bow in their hands, then they take a second and a half pulling the dart to max strength and then they get headshot. Now, charging it up before you pick the corner, putting it in with a jump peek, and you are in good territory. And with that, that's all the Sova tricks I've got for you today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash a like on it and subscribe for more content just like this. Comment down below which trick was your favorite and which one you're going to apply to your games today. And I'll see you guys in the next video.